What is up, guys? You are listening to the first Silver iPad Games podcast. Wherever you're listening to, please make sure to follow. If you're listening to Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, follow. We're going to be talking about sports podcast. I changed it up a little bit. The channel is now called SiG Talks Sports. We're here with Michael Watson. You want to say hi, Michael?
What's up, guys?
And we're just going to be talking about, NFL. And maybe at the end, we'll talk about, what did I say? NBA. Talk a little bit about NBA too at the end. And we'll just go from there. So, first thing, NFL. This weekend on Sunday, at the time of you guys probably listening to this, it's tomorrow. The two games, right? On Sunday. It's 49ers versus the Lions. And the other team's Chiefs versus Ravens. How do you think they're gonna do? I think Ravens. Bro, I was looking at some picks in class today. All 5 ESPN analysts said that they think they think 49ers are gonna win. All 5 of them.
I believe that the Lions have an okay chance, but I feel like the 49ers might come on top only because they have more experience in playoff games. And, this is our first playoff game in, 30 years about?
Yeah. This is our first. We've had 2 playoff wins this year so far. Our last time we had 2 or more playoff wins in one season was in the 50s. The Lions. Sorry, guys. Forgot to mention that. We're saying we because Detroit Lions, we're Detroit Lions fans. So the thing with that is that 49ers probably have more of an advantage over us. I'll put this more in the middle. They have Brock Purdy. I think Deebo Samuel's going to be injured, but I'm not sure.
Let's go.
Let's go. They have Brandon Ayuk. They have Christian McCaffrey, obviously. Insane running back. But, Jared Goff has been popping off in the playoffs. Before he was 3 interceptions in a game. The next game, 3 fumbles.
I believe he's been doing a lot better, and I think that we're going to come out on top, and we're going to do very good this weekend. Even if it is a loss, I feel like it'll only be by 3 points.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 if they do a 2-point conversion, illegally.
Me personally, I just think that Lions need to do a little more running plays because if you think about it, you never can trust Jared Goff if he has the ball. He has great accuracy. His throwing is insane. But we have Jahmyr Gibbs. He's insane. Jahmyr Gibbs, that dude, if he's out in the open, no one's stopping him. He can run. He is so fast. And we also have David Montgomery too, but he goes through the pocket, or through the
The gap.
Yeah, if there is one. If there's none, he just But and then you have the Chiefs versus the Ravens. That's a tough one because I think Ravens are absolutely they're
Dominated.
they're the best team I think right now in the NFL for sure. And then, but I thought I read something or I saw this TikTok video where it said that they just assigned a ref who screws the home team to specifically that game, Ravens versus Chiefs. And Ravens are the home team. But if Chiefs win and they play the Lions, then it's Eminem versus Taylor Swift. It's not Lions versus Chiefs. It's just Eminem versus Taylor Swift at that point.
I believe that the Ravens are going to come in clutch this weekend because I've been a Ravens fan for about 3 to 4 years now. And, you can never go wrong with Lamar. He's a great running back, great quarterback. He plays everything except D-line and O-line.
He plays every position at this point. Yeah.
And
for a running back.
The Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, he's becoming kind of washed. He's still doing okay, but he's not as good. And what's his name? Their tight end, I forget his name.
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce, his brother's better, in my opinion.
His brother's better.
I don't know, because if Taylor Swift goes to the game, I feel like Taylor Swift's becoming a distraction because she's always on the big screen, the Jumbotron, and she's always throwing a big hissy fit if he gets injured. I've been seeing TikToks of her saying, "What the heck, man? throwing her arms up in the air.
Yeah, like, bro. Like, I bet you, like, I mean, we're not going to go into, that far into, like, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce nonsense, but, yeah, like Michael was saying, the Ravens, he's a fan. He was a fan. You've been a fan for, what, if you say 4 years?
4 years about. They're definitely coming out on top. Daddy Lamar never disappoints, and I would just like to say that Patrick Mahomes, you ain't got nothing on him. Don't get me wrong, he's a great quarterback for playoffs, but he's no Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I just can't believe they beat the Bills. Like, that's just crazy. The field goal. How does the NFL let kickers in and they don't know how to kick?
All the kickers got fired this year, for sure. Like, they're getting new kickers. Like, honestly, all the kickers sold for the playoffs. I'm actually surprised that the Texans made the playoffs.
Honestly, yeah, their coach needs to be like, either him or Dan Campbell need to be coach of the year. Coach Campbell already won NFC Coach of the Year. You see that?
I did not see that.
Yeah, he won NFC Coach of the Year. And then, yeah, so about the Chiefs, like, they have Kelce. He's great. He's, like, one of the best all-time tight ends ever. But, like,
older. Him and his brother.
Yeah, they're getting pretty old. They're, like, lower 30s, a little, like, almost mid-30s, I think. I think Jason Kelce's, like, 34, 35, something like that.
He's something like that. I think he's retiring this year.
He said he's thinking about retiring, but he's not retired until he says he retired.
Yeah, that's how Tom Brady played. Said he'd had a comeback. I hope that's how the Aaron Rodgers becomes. I hope he comes back because he's getting old. He's one of the all-time best, and I feel like if Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson work harder, they'll both be up there. I feel like they're top 5 quarterbacks current. And I think Jared Goff even might be up there.
Yeah.
Because the way he's been performing recently, it's been pretty good. Not as many turnovers, not as many fumbles, off sacks especially.
Yeah, and especially the sacks too. Yeah, because I mean, how many times did he get sacked last week? Like 1 time.
It was 1 or 2.
And he didn't fumble it, so that was good. But yeah, the Chiefs have like Pacheco as the running back. He's been doing. I think he's done better in the playoffs though than he did in the season, and he did great last Super Bowl. I remember that. And then they have Rashee Rice. See, I don't know much.
What position is he?
He's a wide receiver. I don't know too much about Rashee Rice, but I think he's
no Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, he's not Tyreek Hill, but he's good though.
I feel like if they didn't trade Tyreek Hill away, they would win every Super Bowl. I feel like that since they traded him away, it's been a good thing because Tyreek Hill is like Usain Bolt, and Patrick Mahomes is like not comparable to Jesus, but the Jesus of football.
Yeah, like Tyreek Hill, literally his twitch is cheetah. Like he's fast. I still understand why the Chiefs let him go.
I mean,
like
Miami Dolphins are doing good. Tua, he's an okay quarterback minus what happened last year.
And yeah, with Tua, oh yeah, that I forgot about that. I still remember that clip. And the funny thing, that's not really that funny, but with DeMar Hamlin last year and Tua last year too, both those injuries happened to Bengals players. Like the Bengals did that to Tua on the Dolphins and DeMar Hamlin on the Bills?
Yeah.
Yeah. That happened from
Luckily,
the Bengals.
They're both back and healthy, doing good. The Bengals are a very good team. Joe Burrow, I feel like he's top 25 quarterbacks all time. Like if he keeps working,
top 25, yeah.
I give him top 25 to top 15 maybe. He performed well. Not against the Bengals last year. Couldn't clutch up. I was very happy that the Bengals won last year. It's very, very entertaining. I just really hope that the Super Bowl is the Ravens versus the Lions because they're both my favorite team. You got to support your hometown, and then the Ravens because I've been supporting them for a little bit now ever since I've been watching football.
Yeah, and but see, there's the thing though. I want to see Ravens too against the Lions, but because Chiefs, I honestly, in my opinion, I don't think they're a good enough team to even be this far in the playoffs. Like they should have lost against the Bills. The Bills kind of sold with their Tyler Bass, bro. But like Chiefs shouldn't even be near the Super Bowl. Like I know they have a great defense. They have a good running back. They have
The Falcons got a new head coach. The Falcons passed on Bill Belichick, and they hired Rams. I think it's defensive coordinator Raheem Morris as next head coach.
Wait, are you saying that Bill Belichick didn't retire? He's still
I think he's like a free agent type thing. Like
Yeah.
he's going around looking for a team to pick him up. But I'm not sure because I just read the ESPN article and they declined him, and then they took the new defensive coordinator as their head coach.
Yeah, I also saw that the Panthers, I believe, their new head coach for next year is going to be the offensive coordinator from the Falcons? Yeah. Or sorry, Bucks. Sorry, Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
The Buccaneers assistive or offensive coordinator is the That's interesting. But yeah, Chiefs, I don't know, man. But Ravens, they destroyed Lions in like week 6, 5,
I know the
4.
Ravens are always going to be better than the Lions, in my opinion. But that's only because the Lions went from 0 and, what was it, 14, 16?
Yeah, in 2008, Lions went 0-16.
0-16, and then they made a great comeback this year, and they're 15-3, something like that.
We're 14-5 this season.
Something like that.
Yeah, see, sometimes people forget that even though Lions started out like 1-6 last year, we still ended like 9-8.
Yeah, we did really good.
Lions, they had a really big comeback towards the end of the season, but the beginning of their season, of course, wasn't the best. Just like 2021, they started like 1-10. It was really bad for the Lions.
The Lions QB Jared Goff is no underdog story, but the former number 1 pick still feels like no one. He is, he feels like a rookie because I think this is his first year. Well, the Lions' first year in the playoffs to win 2 games in a row. What, since the 1950s, right?
Yeah, because the last time the Lions won just a single playoff was like 1991, I think, and to get 2 playoff wins was when they won the championship back before it was called the Super Bowl in 57. Which is crazy.
That's just mind-blowing because the Lions have come such a long way, and I feel like our defense is very good. Our offensive line is very good. Our defensive line is very good. Aiden Hutchinson's very good. Go Falcons.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson's a beast, bro. I never would have thought someone from my school, U of M, well, U of M's not my school, but I mean, my school, and then he goes to U of M, and now he's playing on the Lions. Lions are so lucky they have Aiden Hutchinson, though. Like, yeah, it's just crazy. He's done amazing. He has more than like 10 sacks this season, doesn't he? How many sacks does he have? I don't know the exact number, but it's more than 10. I think it's more than 10. His last 4 games, he has like 8 sacks. That's like what, two a game?
2 a game.
2 sacks a game? That's crazy.
He has 11.5 sacks this season, which is very good. In last year he had 9.5. This year he had 11.5. So it's a total of 21 sacks in 2 years, which is very good.
21 sacks in 2 years. So he had 0.5 last year too.
9.5 and then 11. He had a 9.5 and 11.5. Which, if my math is correct, that's 21.
Yeah. Wait, yes. All right. I'm not going to try to do math on the podcast and embarrass myself, even though I'm in honors math. But still, though, yeah. Anyways, Aiden Hutchinson's good. Yeah, our O-line's good. Panay Sewell.
Our wide receivers are dogs.
Yeah.
They play the game very well. They know how to play the game. It's like you go from senior year in high school, and if you're that good, you go straight to the NFL. But usually you go to college, right? And then if you're not good enough in college, you'll either go like overseas. But our receivers, they look like they look like the next LeBron James, like straight from high school to the NFL, and then how LeBron went from straight from high school to the NBA. Like that's how good they're looking this season.
Yeah, I agree. And people forget we have St. Brown, of course. Lions have Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he went all pro this season. But we also have, we have Josh Reynolds, right? We have what's his name? Jameson Williams. Yeah, Jameson Williams. So yeah, Lions have great wide receivers. They have like the most legendary running back duo in the NFL right now. Duo, not like greatest running backs, but greatest duo, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. But also we should talk about the tight ends. Tight ends of the Lions. There's been some news about apparently Eric Ertz, Zach Ertz. Yeah, Zach Ertz played on the Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals. I'm pretty sure. He's coming to join the Detroit Lions. We're gonna have a stacked team next year, especially with the draft picks we're getting from college and high school. We're gonna be a very stacked team next year. I feel like if we don't win the Super Bowl this year, like if we don't even go, I'm pretty sure next year we'll have a huge chance. Go Jared Goff,
Yeah, and yeah, even like Michael was saying, yeah, even if we don't make it to the Super Bowl or if we don't win the Super Bowl, honestly, if the Lions just make it to the Super Bowl, I think we'll all be happy. Just at least make it. Well, except for 49ers fans, of course. But
even if we lose this next game, I'm pretty sure all our fans will still be happy because we've made it to 2 playoff games in a row, and we've had an amazing season this year.
Yeah. Yeah, and so yeah, about what's his name? Zach Ertz. I don't know, I keep saying Eric. Yeah, Zach Ertz. If I think they even said if he's ready, he literally will play tomorrow. He will play Sunday with the Lions.
Is he eligible?
I think so. Like if because he's they're practicing. So if they get him in there and he knows how to work with Jared Goff, then maybe he'll be ready. Because our other tight end, we have Sam Laporta, of course, number 1 tight end in the league right now, I'm pretty sure. If he's not, I don't know how. I don't know who would be, because Hawkinson's injured. He was injured before the season ended. But, yeah, he's on the practice squad. He's probably practicing. Our other tight end is injured. So we have Sam Laporta and then our injured normal second tight end. So that's why I think that's why we added Zach Ertz. Because he's been playing for a while, right?
I want to say maybe 5 years, 4 years, something like that.
Yeah, he was on the waivers, just chilling. After he was, I guess, dropped from Cardinals. I'm not sure. I think he was.
But Cardinals team's pretty stacked. They got a few good wide receivers. They're not Lions though. Lions are.
They did. Good. Yeah, Cardinals did terrible this season. I don't know what happened. They had 5-11 or something.
Something like that. They used to be really good.
Or sorry, not 5-11, 5-12. But yeah, Cardinals have Kyler Murray, James Conner, good running back. But yeah, like you said, they're not Lions. They're not even like Vikings, 9-8 or what were Vikings this season? I don't know.
7 maybe?
The Vikings were in shambles. I'm gonna be honest.
Last year they looked good. They were doing good last year, but this year they fell off. So I want to bring into the discussion of the Packers. They did pretty good this year for Jordan Love's first year starting off as starting QB. He did pretty good. That playoff loss was pretty tough, but Chiefs had to do what they had to do.
Especially because wasn't that Jordan Love's first season on the Packers too? Or no?
No, that was I think this is his 3rd year or something like that. But this is his first year.
This is first year starting.
Starting over Aaron Rodgers because he got cut.
Oh yeah, because Aaron Rodgers got injured in the first week. Yeah. But yeah, back to not Piker.
No, he got he got traded to the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, he got traded last year to the Jets. He's injured this year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He was on the Jets and got injured first year. Or first game.
Yeah.
So
now he's been injured this whole season.
So yeah, Packers, bro, they're
not bad.
They did really good, but
I think they're 9-8, something like that. 10-7.
They finished 9-8 is I think what they finished.
9-8.
But yeah, back to the Vikings. They were in shambles at the end of the season, bro. They had Kirk Cousins injured, then Joshua Dobbs was injured. They bring in Nick Mullins. He's absolute dog water.
Kirk Cousins is pretty good. Not now. He's still injured, but he's
Yeah.
pretty good.
And Kirk Cousins when did he get injured?
I think it was 3 weeks ago, maybe.
Like
maybe 2 weeks.
Nah, it was
3 weeks.
It was like in the middle of the week or middle of the season. So it was like week, maybe like 11 or 14, something like that. But yeah, and Joshua Dobbs, I don't know. And then Nick Mullins he threw like 2 picks, 4 picks. It was a lot of interceptions.
It was getting worse and worse.
Yeah, it was getting.
Jared Goff's been controlling the ball.
And Justin Jefferson was injured too on the Vikings.
Everyone
and Hawkinson. Everyone on the Vikings. Every good player. Justin Jefferson was injured for like 10 weeks.
Something like
less than that. A little less than 10 weeks.
I feel like, all the quarterbacks are going to, in the playoffs this weekend, all the quarterbacks are going to, do their best. The receivers are going to do their best. But, I feel like Tom Brady might come out of retirement pretty soon,
Tom Brady. Bro, I bet you I could go on ESPN Fantasy right now, and Tom Brady will still be there. Like he's on the Buccaneers. He'll still be listed on the Buccaneers somehow, but he'll still be on ESPN Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could go pick him up right now. Let's take a look.
I feel like, he's a little washed because you know how old he is. He's been playing for like 14 years, something like that. Started off on the Patriots. Won, I think, 5 or 6 Super Bowls, something like that. He did pretty good. I feel like he helped the Bucs out a little bit. Oh my gosh!
Yep, I just picked up Tom Brady in my in my fantasy league. That's pretty funny though. He was rostered by 2.4% of all leagues.
He doesn't even play anymore. How does he get points?
How is he? Well, he doesn't get points. He's just on fantasy just in case he comes back again. That's why they have him there.
Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, because Bucks was Baker Mayfield, right? Yeah, Baker Mayfield. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Let's talk about that game from last week, Lions versus Buccaneers. Buccaneers.
That was Lions versus Rams.
Well, that was 2 weeks ago. That was the first playoff game.
Oh yeah. My bad. I'm tripping.
That's all right. But yeah, Buccaneers last week.
Oh yeah, we put. Okay, yeah. Now it's clicking. That's all clicking.
Yeah, if you think about that, if you watch the game, you'll probably see maybe less than 5 running plays by the Buccaneers the whole game.
The Buccaneers are very bad this year. I'm surprised they made the playoffs. There's a lot of bad teams that made the playoffs. For example,
Rams. No, I'm just kidding. Rams they had a stacked team.
They were pretty good, but Lions came on top.
Rams had a stacked team, and they were only like 9-8. And I'm like, how do they do this bad? They have Stafford, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, Cooper Kupp. I'm like, dang, bro, stacked team.
I feel like
Cooper Kupp did fall off though, kind of a little bit.
Stafford's not as good as he used to be. He used to be that guy. But now he's becoming a little older, Age affects your game, a lot. Look at, Victor Wembanyama, for example. He's young, he's dominating. But, Giannis can still humble him. And that one game where Giannis packed Victor Wembanyama, I think it was 3 times or something?
Yeah.
And then, he got his revenge by doing a self alley-oop dunk. But it's just crazy how you're 7'7", playing with a bunch of kids, it's pretty much like a bunch of kids.
7'7" is crazy.
6'5", 6'6", and then him compared to Steph Curry is crazy.
Yeah, Stafford, he can still throw bullets. If you're watching that game, his passes were as a Lions fan, you're like, dang it, how did he do that? But yeah, Stafford's good. He could still
that no look side pass to his receiver was the craziest thing I've ever seen. There's so many highlight clips of that. It was like he had a blindfold on.
By Stafford, right?
Yeah, he still got some game in him. I'd give him that.
Yeah.
But when he played for the Lions, it was good. It was the biggest rivalry game I think we're gonna have in the playoffs. Well, that we had in the playoffs so far, because Jared Goff used to play for the Rams, and then Stafford used to play for the Lions.
Yeah, craziest trade right there.
And then Jared Goff came on top. He showed why he was better, and why he shouldn't have gotten traded. But I'm glad Jared Goff came to our team because we needed him.
Yeah, and 49ers this week against the Lions.
This is gonna be a tough game.
We're gonna wrap up NFL like within the next 30 seconds. We're gonna switch to NBA for the last 4 minutes for our 30-minute podcast, and maybe in the future we'll have longer podcasts. We'll see.
Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. But 49ers. I don't know if they're gonna win. They
final score. Let's see the final score.
Final score. I'm going. But see, I don't know. I don't want to say the Lions are going to lose, but I don't know if they'll win.
Say final score 32 to 38. I'll say the Lions win by 6. Wait. They'll win by 8 because they're going to, Dan Campbell and his big balls are going to get go for the 2-point conversion, because that's what he loves to do.
He has that confidence in him. When I see him, he's like, go for 2. I'm like, he's not joking. Like, he actually thinks his awesome team that he's built, he's grown. Like, he's
crazy. Like, go for 2 when you're down 1.
He went for 2 3 times in a row when it failed when there were flags against the Cowgirls, that one game. The Cowgirls. And I think it's going to be, I don't want to say it's going to be 49ers to win. So I'm not. I'm going to say 17-21 Lions. 21-17 Lions.
All right, let's switch it to basketball now.
Let's not talk about the Pistons, even though they're our home team
in the franchise.
Hey, they did win.
They beat,
a couple days ago.
The Wizards.
They beat the Hornets.
They beat LaMelo Ball and his team.
They've beaten the Hornets twice now.
I'd be embarrassed, honestly.
Both times the Pistons have played the Hornets, and I know the Hornets are terrible too. They only have 10 wins. Pistons have 5, and 2 of those are off the same team. That's just sad. I would not want to be on the Hornets as much as the Pistons, because Pistons, everyone sucks. But see, that's the thing.
You have LaMelo Ball on the Hornets, and he's a star. You look at him playing for Chino Hills, splashing half-court shots, doing fancy layups. He dropped, I think it was 71 points in his high school game or something, 63.
Damn.
And, he did pretty good, but, the Hornets are kind of falling off. His shoes are very comfortable. I'll give him that. He makes very good shoes. Him and Jordan.
His shoes are comfortable. But, yeah, if you look at, we have a good roster, though. We have Jalen Duren, Cade Cunningham.
We gotta get Cade Cunningham off the Pistons. Honestly, because...
Save his career, please.
Because he's going to be, the next Dennis Rodman. You know how he played for the Pistons. He was going from all those teams. You can't brag about having Dennis Rodman on your team when you're, 20 wins into the season only.
Yeah, Cade Cunningham, I think he made 41 points in the game.
Yeah, he was popping off.
On their 27th game they lost in a row. Their 27th game losing streak. The 27th game, Cade Cunningham dropped 41 points. And
that white guy on their team, I don't know his name. He's really good.
The Bogdanovich guy?
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's really
good. He's getting older too.
He's a 3-point demon. Yeah. He was splashing. But I feel if the Pistons do get Cade Cunningham off the team and they trade him somewhere.
I want them to, but I don't think they will.
Unless the coaches get better or, we get better players.
The coach, bro, I don't know what to say about him. But, guys, we're wrapping up on 30 minutes here on the podcast. So if you guys liked listening to me and Michael's awesome voices, drop a follow wherever you're listening from, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, or the other podcast apps that I will be adding this to, distributing to. Whether it's any of those places, guys, please make sure to follow, because these podcasts are not sponsored. So drop a follow. See you guys later, and go check out Silver Epic Games on YouTube. See you guys.
Go Lions.
Go Lions.